Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Samuel, and today we are going to take a look at the part 2 of our date and time functions in Excel. In the part 1, we looked at some basic date functions, basic time functions, and date and time calculation functions. In this part 2, we are going to take a look at more date functions. So stay tuned. So continue from where we left off, we are going to take a look at the workday function. The workday function add or subtract a specific number of workdays, that is weekdays, from a given start date. By default, this function excludes weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday, but also give you an option for holidays. So to demonstrate this, let's come to delivery date sheet. I have an order date here. And for that order, we are going to use 4 days to process this order. So we want to find out the delivery date. So under the delivery date, I'll type in equal to workday, open the parenthesis. First parameter is the start date. So that is the start date. So I will select the start date. The second parameter is the days. How many days do you want to add? That is the 4 delivery dates. So I will select the day, the 4. Do we have holidays in here? So we have 2 holidays here. So I'll select that. Close the parenthesis. Click on enter. Gives me a serial number. So to convert this to date, under the I'll come to numbers. Then in general, I'll click on the drop down and select short date. This will convert this to. So we have the delivery date to be on the system. Want this date to be in the day, month, and the year format. I have a video in the description on how to format numbers. So let's manually count it here and see. The delivery date is on 8th of October, and we have 4 days to process it. The 9th is day 1, which is a holiday, so you will not work. 10th, which is not holiday, you will work, so that's day 1. Friday 11th, which will be day 2, is holiday, so you will not work, so you will skip that. 12th and 13th are weekend, so you will not work, so you skip that too. 14th will be day 2, which is on Monday. 15th, day 3. Then the last day, which is 16th, that will be day 4. That's why we are getting 16th of October here. Let's take a look at the workday.intl function. The workday.intl function works similar but allows you to customize days of the week you considered as weekends. So to demonstrate this, let's come to the delivery date international. I'll type in equal to workday intl and select that. It also asks for the start date, so you choose the same start. The next parameter is delivery day, so which is 4 days. I'll select that. Third parameter, which is weekends. So it allows you to choose your own weekend. So I will come and choose Sunday. So our weekends is only Sunday. So I'll choose Sunday. The last parameter, which is holidays, so I will set our usual holidays. Close the parenthesis and click on give us serial number. So let's convert this. Dates, and we have 15th because we have only 1 weekend. Our next function is the eDates function. The eDates function is helpful for adding or subtracting a specific number of months from a starting date. So let's demonstrate it by coming to the project data. We have project dates and we have process month, and we want to find out the delivery dates for the project. So under the delivery dates, I'll type in equal to like that. First parameter is the start date, which is 25. Then the second parameter is the number of months. So it's 4 months. Close the parenthesis and click on enter. give me serial number. So as usual, I'll come to this drop down and select short date. So the delivery date will be 21st February 2025. The next function is the EO month function. The EO month function returns the last day of the month after specific month has been deducted or added to the start date. This comes in handy when you want the last day of that delivery month. So I'll come to last day delivery. I type in equal to EO months, select that. It asks for start date, so I'll select the start date. Number of months, close the parenthesis and click on enter. Come to general, short dates, and it's given 28th of February 2025, which being the last day of that delivery month. The last function we are going to look at in this section is the year frac function. This function takes two dates and calculates how much years have passed through between these two dates as a decimal value. So to demonstrate this, let's come to the employee data. So we have the employee name here, the start date and the end date, and you want to calculate the length of contract. So under the length of contracts, I'll type in equal to year frac. First parameter is start date, so I'll select the start date, comma, then the end date. Then the last parameter, which is optional, is basis. I'll select the first option, and on enter, you will get 2.2 years. So this means that the contract will last for less than 2.5 years. Let's look at the weekday function. The weekday function returns the day of the week as a number for a given date. So to demonstrate this, let's go to the date and time convention sheet. We want to find out the weekday for this date. So we type in equal to weekday, and it returns a number from 1 to 7, identifying the day of the week. So let's select that. The first is the serial number, which is the date. So you select that. Second parameter is the return type. So we have Sunday through Saturday, which is the default one. We have Monday through Sunday. I'll select the first one, is the parenthesis. Give me day 4. To convert this to a day, under the home, let's come to number. Click on this arrow, then type in 4 days, and this will give you the day of that week. To learn more on formatting numbers in Excel, please check the link in the description. That's also how the weekday function works. Let's look at the weeknum function. The weeknum function returns the week number of the year for a specific date, which is helpful for tracking data, organizing events by week. Let's go into E3 and let's type in equal to weeknum. The first parameter is the serial number, so you select the serial number. Then the return type, which is Sunday. So as your week begins on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's select the first one, which is Sunday, and close the parenthesis. That means 1st of January 2021 falls on week 1. Our last function, let's take a look at the days 360 function. The days 360 function calculates the number of days between two dates based on a 360-day year. And it's useful for financials and accounting fields. It makes year-to-year comparison simpler. So let's come to F3 and type in equal to days 360. And it returns number of days between two dates based on a 360-day year, 12 30-day month. And select that. The first parameter is the start date, so you select the start date. Second parameter is the last parameter, which is optional, is the method, so you can choose the US method or the European. So let's select Fox for the US and close the parenthesis. And it will just give us 360 days. This assumes that each month has exactly 30 days providing a clean year total of 360 days. And that wraps up our full breakdown of Excel's date and time functions. From basic functions to advanced calculations, we have covered a ton today. Play around with these functions and see how they can make your data analysis easier. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.